Welcome back again today. Today we're going to be talking about Kasha. Kasha received a $21 million investment to expand throughout Africa, the whole of Africa. And Kasha is a health platform or a platform for women to where they can buy goods, woman products, they can buy things for their babies and their mother, they can access information, they can talk to different agents about women issues. And this is a platform that just received $21 million to expand. Now, this platform was created in Rwanda in 2016 by two Rwandan women, and then it expanded to Kenya and throughout East Africa. I don't think it's in every East African country, but for sure it is. Let's see if we can go down real fast. I just want to make sure I'm saying this right. So it's in Rwanda and Kenya, and I think that they're expanding to South Africa soon, if they haven't already, and then eventually throughout West Africa and the whole of Africa. So this is an interesting thing because I was looking into exactly who is giving the investment, and there's investment companies that are giving this Series B investment, or basically Kasha has received investments from private investors or venture capitalist investors. And the companies that are investing into Kasha are Knife Capital, which is a VC based out of South Africa, and Finnfund, DFC, All Tree Capital, Tim Cogley, and Pam Scott. And there's also other, I think, a little bit smaller investors as well, which is Beyond Capital Ventures, Bamboo Capitals, Block Smart Africa Fund, 535 Ventures, and a couple of other miscellaneous investors as well, I guess smaller investors. But this is interesting because actually I've never heard of this, and I tried to see if I could find an actual app, but I couldn't. Of course, I'm in the States, and so maybe it's only in Africa, but I just tried to look anyways. And they have a website, so I was like, yo, you know what? Let me go to the website and see what's going on with this website. I thought this was interesting. So, especially if you're in East Africa, they also offer services to rural women and women in the city as well, urban women. So women that are out further out, maybe that live a traditional life or a village life. I'm not saying that all those women would actually want this service, but the ones that do, they can get these services. And agents will take it in a locked box to where they don't know what's actually in the box. So their information and what they ordered is very private. And they'll take it to a location, and then the women can pick it up from that location. And also there's different methods of ways that you can pay. And there's also a method, which I thought was interesting, where if you don't have internet, you can actually text a number. And I think that's right down here. We'll get to in a minute. And you can text 911 or star 911, or you can visit www.kasha.rw, which I would suspect stands for Rwanda, if I'm correct on that. But let's go ahead and check out the website. So this is the Kasha website. It says East African's leading platform for last mile access to health, consumer, reseller, enterprise. Right? You have a couple of beautiful ladies in the front. And let's see what they say. Kasha sells and delivers pharmaceutical products, household goods, and consumer health products discreetly to low-income consumers, resellers, pharmacies, and health facilities in East Africa. Kasha provides a broad, integrated basket of products that supports health across life stages, from newborn child health, maternal health, menstrual hygiene, family planning, sexual and reproductive health, and different diseases or prevention of diseases. So this is how Kasha works, right? We just talked about a second ago, but order, no smartphone or internet access. For Rwanda, dial star 911 pound or visit www.kasha.rw. For Kenya, dial star 308 pound or visit www.kasha.co.ke. Pay, right? Make your payment via mobile money, bank transfer, or credit card. So there's different ways you can pay for it. Delivery. Choose to have your package delivered directly to your location or a local Kasha pickup point in your neighborhood. We also have delivery via agents optimized for low income and rural communities. And then obviously at the end, enjoy. Receive your discreet Kasha package, which was packed with love by our team. So at the bottom, it says wholesale and retail for health and household goods, countrywide distribution network going to the last mile, optimized for women as the target customer. So they're targeting women with this brand more than men. I don't know if they're eventually going to offer something for men, but it's more so for women. And then enterprise services offering a digital route to market. So it's interesting because this is a brand that I never heard of, and let's just look at their mission quickly. Actually, I guess I read it. Okay, so it's all on one page, which is interesting. There's not really anything that I can actually click on. Our location. Okay, yeah, so let's look at that. So where we're located. So right now it just says Rwanda and Kenya, but they're also expanding to South Africa soon. I don't know if it's just in the country of South Africa or all of South Africa as a region. And then eventually they're going to go to West Africa. And with that $21 million, that investment, they're trying to expand their network. They're trying to expand their employees. They're trying to expand their reach throughout Africa. And their growth has been pretty good from what I've researched. I don't know a lot about this company. I'm just somebody that reads a lot. And I said, hey, it's a company from Africa, so I would just like to talk about it a little bit. I'm not saying that I'm for it or against it. I'm just letting people know. I know there's a lot of people in East Africa, so maybe they don't even know this, and maybe they're in some of these countries that they can actually use this. And actually so it's just, view more. So basically the whole website is just one page for the most part. So I don't really necessarily know how you can actually get the app. You probably have to be in Africa. I'm not really the best at understanding certain apps in Africa, right? Because obviously I don't live in Africa, so I don't really know like all the newer apps, upcoming apps, how they work, how they don't work. But I just thought it was interesting because it's sort of kind of like with the ability to still text and still to communicate with somebody through text. I just thought that was pretty interesting because a lot of times I don't really necessarily see that too much going on in the States, more so maybe because the infrastructure for apps and the companies that actually own them is very high. So maybe that's one of the reasons not. Of course, you have group chat and people, obviously text each other and all that kind of stuff. But for things like this, maybe it's very common in Africa. And who knows, maybe it's a little bit more common in America. Maybe I just don't use it. But this is Kasha. I thought it was interesting. I didn't really know how these networks really worked, and I didn't actually hear of Kasha until literally 2 days ago. And I was just reading about it. I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. Maybe I should just let people know that it exists. And I don't really know what products they have. It would be interesting to know what type of products they have. Of course, there's some womanly things that I might not necessarily really need to know about, but outside of that, basic stuff like how are they feeding the babies? Like, what are they feeding the babies? Where are they getting their products from? Who's supplying the products? Are they straight from Rwanda? Are they straight from Kenya? Are they straight from different places in Africa? Are they from different places in the world, or a mix of these things with the medications and things like that? So I just thought it was really interesting. And also they say that they keep the information confidential with each client. And there's different things that you can talk to them about as far as how you want to go about, receiving the products. So I just thought it was really interesting. I know that there's probably a lot of like data being collected on the back end from the whole world, and then also probably within the country. So that might be another way that the company can actually like make a profit by selling information to other African countries about the demographics or how many people have babies and how many people have this and that, maybe in real time, who knows, instead of, obviously like a third party that comes in and does these type of data points. And then also obviously even, other companies that are in the country already that already does these data points. Maybe at one point Kasha will be so big that they'll be the ones that will be doing the data, and obviously that's another way or another stream of income to actually sell data and information so people can make better decisions about what products to sell people and also how to move in a different country. So I just thought it was interesting. Check out Kasha. It's kasha.co, kasha.co. And if any of you guys have had experience with it in East Africa and Kenya, I have some people in Kenya, people in Rwanda, bite, then let me know what you think about it. I just thought it was interesting. I don't know how big it's going to be. I don't know how people view it, but I thought it was interesting. Till next time, please like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. Add me on all social medias, which is African Network. Peace. One love.